Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics already got game one. Could they get game two against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks as well before this series shifts to Atlanta? But here comes the Hawks. Trae Young, the Clint Capella for the throwdown. DeAndre Hunter had a double-double, three-pointer goals. It's Atlanta up 22-11. Boston, though, they got that championship caliber grit, fresh off of their NBA Finals run last year. It's Marcus Smart for three, then Derek White with the defense leading to the Malcolm Brogdon buzzer beater. Celtics closed the first out on a 17-3 run to get back in this game, and now they're just taking control of this game. Tatum spinning and scoring, and then Tatum wide open. What kind of game plan says leave that dude open? One of the game's most gifted scorers is going to take advantage of easy buckets like that. Tatum had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Boston up at the half. Third quarter, Jaylen Brown's an athlete, right? He's wide open for the easy jam. And then Tatum again knocking it down for three. It's a 17-point game. It's Al Horford with Pops in attendance. He knocks in the three. And it's Boston extending their lead to 20. Similar to game one, Trae Young comes off the ball and out the game. DeJounte Murray makes a play. Atlanta gets back in it. And then Young re-enters the game. He goes and one there. It's an 11-point game. Could Atlanta pull off the comeback they attempted in game one? Bogdanovich knocks in the three. It's a single-digit game. But when it's winning time, Boston moves the ball. Derek White, the three. And then White on his grind. And then the defense from Tatum and White ends up with an easy deuce after the block on Trae. It's the Celtics taking care of business. As expected, they win games one and now games two. Final score in this one, 119-106. What up, everybody? It's yours truly, the one and only Hoops Pharaoh. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can tap in and get this exclusive quality content first before everybody else. All we need you to do is hit the subscribe button. It's free 99. I greatly appreciate the support. I got to be honest with you guys. I am a Trae Young fan. I liked him at Oklahoma, and I somewhat have always kind of been a fan of his game at the professional level. But even I can't take up from what I've seen from Trae Young the first couple games of this series. You know, I believe people follow behind the leader naturally, right? There are leaders, there are followers in this world. A lot less leaders than there are followers. And I believe the Atlanta Hawks are following their leader in Trae Young, who's slacking, man. He's slacking. I mean, just in that highlight alone, we showed you a couple plays in which Trae Young, his turnovers led to easy buckets for the Celtics. Matter of fact, wasn't as easy, but Malcolm Brogdon made it look easy from half court. As a leader, I need you getting back. As a leader, I need to see you, the last guy, making an attempt to steal and block every shot. I do. And I'm not seeing that from Trae. He's just a gifted scorer. But unfortunately, that's not enough right now. The Atlanta Hawks, to get to that next step, they need more. You ever watch Steph Curry and thought to yourself, man, this dude is a ridiculous shooter. I wonder if his shot was only like half as good as what it is now. Steph Curry's got a super high basketball IQ. He always ends up guarding the other team's shooter. He's never found without being on that shooter. He always finds the other team's shooter and sticks to him so he doesn't have to guard their slasher, or if they got a point guard that can attack. Well, Steph's got a high basketball IQ. You're never going to catch him slipping. Steph's not going to make those pivotal turnovers later in games. Not to say Steph doesn't ever make bad plays. I'm just saying usually he controls the rock and makes the right play if it's him getting a bucket or somebody else on his team. Ever wondered if Steph slacked what he would be? And that's your answer right there. When you watch the Atlanta Hawks, that's exactly what Steph would be if he won the 2 or 3 greatest point guard of all time. It would be Trae Young. That's what it is. Trae Young is a phenomenal talent that's leaving food on the table. He's leaving on the table. And I don't know if Trae will ever figure it out in Atlanta. I'm not 100% sure. I want to buy a Trae Young jersey. I'm going to hedge my bet here and wait it out because I'm not so sure how long he will be in Atlanta as a Hawk. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I mean, this type of effort is going to definitely lead to the Atlanta Hawks at least shopping their guard. This ain't enough. It's just not enough. And again, I'm a Trae Young fan, but he's not showing best player on the team effort on defense. It's already bad that he's undersized, but then the Boston Celtics actually produce a team in which Trae Young can actually guard guys. He can guard a Derek White. He can guard a Malcolm Brogdon. Like, they got guys on the court that Trae can actually guard. He still ain't playing good defense. Derek White had 26 points. That ain't good enough. It's not good enough. Look, sorry. Look, the credit goes to the best player. So does the criticism. And to me, I'm looking at Trae Young, and I'm thinking to myself, this Atlanta Hawks team, they make spurts in the third quarter, the second half of these games when DeJounte Murray is on that ball. When he's pushing the pace, I look at that team, and they fall in line of whoever's got the basketball as the point guard, and I'm seeing more effort dished out when DeJounte Murray is running the show, both ends of the court, than when Trae Young is running the show. This is a poorly constructed team. I'm sorry. I once was a fan of this team that the Atlanta Hawks put together. No longer. They have too much of everything. Too many athletic bigs that cannot space the court to the three-point line. It literally doesn't make sense. You do not need Clint Capella if Onyeka Okongwu is already 75 to 80% of him. John Collins is a nice talent, but next to Capella or Okongwu, are we really maximizing that 4 spot? I'm looking at guys like Bogdanović. They're good, but then you go get Sadiq Bey, who's also trying to be a sniper. Who's going to commit the defense? DeJounte Murray is a guy that, as we've seen in San Antonio, he needs the ball in his hands to be effective. Well, if Trae Young don't got the ball in his hands, he's not effective. That doesn't make sense. This is a poorly put together team. It's a team that I thought on paper made more sense than he actually does. And then DeAndre Hunter, which, by the way, is supposed to be like your 3-and-D guy, your athletic wing. He's supposed to be your Andrew Wiggins, your Harrison Barnes type player. He ain't. I see greatness in spurts, but not consistent enough. Atlanta doesn't make sense. And they already paid DeAndre good money, too, for the next few years. This team doesn't make sense. They got to go and figure some things out and make this roster make more sense, because right now it is just not.